afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time of day it is for you. Long time no talk. I was finishing up the last leg of my move from Oklahoma up to where I am now in the Pacific Northwest. So that's finally done. And today we are working on redoing a Commonplace page. So is the page that we're redoing. I think it's my last video. I was trying out like a new spread idea and like new title, trying to write the title differently, and it just didn't work out and I hated it. So we're redoing the page right now, and I ended up liking this one a lot more. And I think it's okay to redo pages. I don't see very many other journalers talking about redoing their pages. But I redo pages all the time. I've been known to redo scrapbook pages like 5 years later because I go back and I look and I hate them. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're redoing. It's a piece about lab-grown diamonds versus natural diamonds and the market right now, and essentially that the market just sucks is the summary. And I'm just got over being sick, so excuse me. I'll try and cut out any of my leftover coughs. But yeah, so we moved into our new apartment, and I've been working every day. I haven't had a single day off, and then my one day off, I was sick, so couldn't do anything. Yeah, there's been too much going on to even like talk to you guys about, but I also printed everything black and white for this spread just because I wanted to save on ink, I don't know. And I had an idea involving this picture. I thrifted this picture at a flea market, antique mall in Savannah, Georgia. And I was really inspired by Beloved Apollo on Tumblr, their journal spreads. And I wanted to do something like that here, and I just didn't. Didn't end up working out, but that's okay. I'm going to save it for another page, or maybe even a scrapbook page. It's like an old, I think the back says it's like Italy or Venice, or something like that. So, really, really old photo. Yeah, I've been enjoying going to flea markets and like finding like little stuff to Commonplace. I haven't put much in yet, but I have it for what I wanted. Yeah, this is my new desk setup. I got really lucky. So my favorite thing about an apartment that I lived in with one of my sisters was that the windowsills were really wide, and so they were great for plants. And I specifically asked for a south-facing apartment now because we're like really, really north. So I know in the winter, and because I visited here in like the dead of winter, like winter solstice, it gets like no light. Like the sun is gone by 3, which is like wild. So I specifically requested a south-facing window apartment for my plants. My poor plants are basically all dead. They did not enjoy the last leg because again, we're so far north that it was like colder here. So they went through like 3 different cold to hot transitions. So this was the last one. It's finally warm here again. But then they got rained on, and I have begonias. And if you know anything about begonias, specifically begonia rexes, they hate water on their leaves. Like you have to bottom water them. There's like no other option. So they got rained on. So they are all like essentially dead, which is really upsetting. But I consider myself a good enough plant parent to figure it out, and I just have to kind of keep reminding myself that things take time and that they're not going to look beautiful right away. They're not going to be luscious anymore for quite some time, so I kind of just got to let them do their thing. Whoa, what is that? Sorry, I guess it's the sound of the water heater. That's like a good reminder for the apartment too. Like I wish I had money to furnish it right now. But I don't have a lot of money to furnish it. And I'm also trying to do it as sustainably as possible. Like I really want to thrift a lot of things, and find things secondhand, or just be extremely intentional about what I buy in. That's usually what I do is like I check secondhand first, and if I'm not finding anything, then I try to be extremely intentional about the new purchase that I'm bringing in. And yeah, so it's just, I'm just trying to remind myself that things take a lot of time and things are slow, and I've been in this really big period of transition for like 6 months, and I thought I was in a period of transition in my life for the last like 2 years, but now I know that like this past 6 months has been, no, this is what a transition period feels like, and I hate it. It has not been fun, and it's been, okay, it's been fun sometimes, and it's been not fun other times, so I'm just trying to remind myself that to have patience, to let things take time. Transitions take time, and you have to take care of yourself through those transitions. We are human. Whether we are expecting change or not, we still have to allow ourselves time and space to grieve the old. Yeah, because maybe no one literally died, but you're still grieving, you're still having to let go of something old, and something different, and I'm in a completely different place. I'm living with a guy for the first time ever, and I'm in between jobs, and so I'm, working a part-time job, and it's just been a lot, and so I'm trying to allow myself grace, and I'm like, yeah, my apartment's kind of ugly right now, but that won't be forever, and I am trying to do it sustainably, so it's kind of a good reminder of my values and to kind of stay on track with my values. What else can I tell you? Yeah, that's kind of, that's the big news, is that I've been sick. I'm finally back. I'm hoping to get this video up so it can go live tomorrow, and then I'm trying to record. We have friends coming over. My boyfriend's brother is getting married, so we have friends coming over and staying with us for like a week. So I'm trying to record another video today so I can upload it next week. I really miss being consistent. I really miss journaling. I think the break from journaling and from commonplacing was kind of good, because, wow, that was a big transition. It was kind of good because I was able to I didn't have to commonplace. I was going through, like I said in my last video, I was going through a lot of like, I don't have anything to commonplace, I don't want to commonplace. I was going through a really tough time. I didn't have anything to commonplace, and then I was on the road, so like, I'm not reading, I'm actively looking at a road and driving. I'm not reading anything, I'm not interacting with anything. It's been really hard for me to get into books lately too, like extremely hard. So yeah, just allowing myself grace there. So I really had nothing to commonplace. So to come back and be able to sit and think about a page that I wanted to redo for a long time, and then be able to redo it, it's been very nice. And I'm excited to journal again. I have a couple other ideas. I just have to find stuff to commonplace about, and like I said in my last video, that's kind of a good reminder that I'm not interacting with my hobbies enough, and that I need to. So yeah, I'm just watching myself. I really like how this page turned out. I think I'm just like I like my handwriting. I don't hate my handwriting. I think my handwriting is pretty cool. I like my handwriting in my journal where it's like nothing but handwriting. But for some reason with my Commonplace book, because it's a little bit more scrapbooky, I like the printed text better. Not only is it easier to read, but sorry if you can hear my boyfriend, he's coughing and playing video games. And I totally just blanked. I woke up so tired this morning. I've been so tired, guys. I don't think that's a lie. I've been more tired in my life, but I'm really, really tired today. And I went to bed at a decent time last night. So, yeah, I completely lost track of what I was saying. So I'm going to go back to telling you about my desk. Because I went off on a tangent about plants the last time. So my new desk setup, like I said, I've got the wide windowsills, or I don't know if I ended up saying, but I have wide windowsills that are good for plants. But I was able to put my desk in front of the bedroom window, which faces some beautiful views of the mountains, and again, it's south facing, and it looks out onto our balcony. So once our balcony is all set up, it'll be great. But I can put my monitor on like the windowsill, and then I have it set up where I can kind of take the monitor kind of down and off, because sometimes I really was really wanting, I don't want to block the window, right? I want to look out of it, but I haven't had my desk in front of a window since my childhood home, and I loved that. That window looked out to a forest. It's really, really good for my writing to be able to, look out a window. I know some writers find it distracting. I think Stephen King, if I remember correctly, he, writes in a basement. Or at least in his book on writing, I think that's what he does. He, specifically closes the blinds or something and writes in the dark, with no distractions. But I need a window. So my monitor's on the window. So, this view that you guys are seeing, I have, a lot more space because I wasn't constricted by, my monitor taking up space on my desk. And my little, top-down thing, it's a little clamp, and it can clamp onto the windowsill too, so it's a little higher up, so you can get I have more space. It looks bigger, but and I missed my little dark wood background. I missed my desk. I'm a desk person for girl. I'm a desk person for sure. I'm a desk girly for sure. Yeah, so we're enjoying it, and I have my monitor where I can take it down and put it back. And I have, at the beginning of this video, you saw me setting up my desk. I hadn't put my monitor there yet because I didn't know that's where I was going to put it. But yeah, it's really nice to have thick windowsills in the living room. My plants are on that windowsill, getting some delicious light, adjusting to being indoors again. They're probably much happier indoors. Begonia rexes are I've been told, or I don't know, for some reason I've heard that they're difficult to take care of, begonia rexes. Cane begonias are not as difficult. Those are if you've seen the classic angel wing polka dot begonia, that's a cane begonia. Those are apparently easier to take care of, and I've had one of those for years because I have one that is spliced from my great grandmother, or my great aunt or something. One of her plants is spliced from a 70-year-old plant, and I spliced it and spliced it and spliced it again, and then it got a disease, so then I had to, but I had saved a little bit, so yeah, I've got one of those. But begonia rexes are more delicate, and they're apparently harder to take care of. I've literally never had any issues. I had an issue with one I got from a nursery, and it had powdery mildew, and then it spread to all my begonias that were in the room, because they're really, really susceptible to that, and they died. But that one is not my fault because it came from their nursery that way, so blaming that. But other than that, I have not had any difficulty with begonias until now, and it really was just that they got rained on. Before that, some of in their car, some of their leaves got a little crunched, or they were just sad and needed some water or some light, but they definitely for sure got rained on, and they hated that. So if you're having troubles with your begonia rexes and you don't know why, and the leaves are weird looking and falling off, and you're not bottom watering, or if they're not in a pot that has drainage at the bottom, yeah, get them a pot with drainage at the bottom and bottom water, which just means you sit it in a bowl of water and let it absorb it from the bottom up slowly. That's my tangent, I guess. I don't really have much more to say, and I'm trying, even in my journaling, to not ramble on and say kind of useless things and just talk for the sake of hearing my own voice. So I think for the rest of this video, I'm gonna leave it to some music since I'm just writing, and you can go ahead and write along with me. I hope you guys have an absolutely lovely, lovely day. You 100% deserve it. And leave me a comment with what's new in your life, because I've not seen you guys in a long time. So let me know what's up. All right, guys, see you next time.